Alright, here's another rather unusual radio. This is the Swan Astro 150 single sideband and CW transceiver, built probably 1980. It's a very rugged radio. It was considered a very compact radio at the time it was built. And one of the earliest rigs to have a PLL in it, phase lock tuning. This rig has push-to-talk and Vox. It has full and semi break-in on CW. In fact, it's a very good CW rig. It has a 300 Hertz CW narrow IF filter built in the CW narrow mode, 100 watts output. And something I want to show you that is really unusual is the way this rig tunes. It has a microphone here that has tuning buttons on it, and so I can tune up and down with the tuning buttons. It also has a main tuning knob that when you turn the knob, it starts tuning, and it will stay tuning until you return it to the center detent. And the rate of how fast it tunes, the speed, is depending on how far you turn away from the center detent. Another thing that's unusual about this rig is that because it's an early PLL rig, it does suffer from PLL unlocking. And that was not a defect with this particular rig. That was actually all the rigs of this model at the time this was built. And so if you notice, when I tune to a different band, it takes just a few seconds for the PLL to lock up. You can see the little dots on the display. And let me actually zoom in there a little bit and show that to you better. So again, if I change, you see the dots, and they go away when the PLL locks in. And I can actually, in 7 megahertz 40 meter band seems to take the longest, although it's less than 10 seconds. Can even lock it up in band on 40, although it's much quicker to recover the lock. So this rig takes a while to get used to operating because of that interesting tuning mode. But it's once you get used to it, it's very handy. You can just kind of turn it off a little bit and let it slowly scan the frequencies until you hear something of interest. Again, this is the Swan Astro 150 single sideband transceiver, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing it in action.